Are we live? Okay. I'm going for it. Okay. Yay! I'm so excited to be here. My name's Catherine Dager. I'm here to give you 3 amazing tips that will actually turn that motivation on with your team and not turning them off, because that's sometimes what happens. Have you ever done that as a business leader? You're like, I'm going to supercharge my team, and we don't even know how to do that. So these are the 3 biggest mistakes, and they come directly from clients that I've worked with, and also my knowledge of psychology and watching thousands and thousands of employees shift their consciousness to want to come to work, and they just can't wait to get in and get involved in what's going on in the business. So if you're looking for ways to increase productivity, increase engagement without pleading, begging, groveling, stay tuned, because these happens all the time, and they're not conscious, and people aren't doing this on purpose, but there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about leadership. So what if you're turning your team off instead of turning them on? What if you're demotivating them, which is the actual backwards of what you really want to do? And what if you're causing yourself a lot of frustration by some of the beliefs and really outdated ideas of leadership? And that's really what it comes down to. So imagine what it would be like if everyone on your team was excited, engaged, and they really thought about what to do to move everything forward every day, instead of just totally looking only at yourself. So here's the thing. My name is Catherine Dager, and for the last 32 years, I've owned a company called Profitivity, and now Business Solutions, where we bring the soul power to businesses worldwide. And I've worked with over 100 companies, really reinventing the company from the top down, from the leadership, figuring out what we really want, and then we get everyone totally aligned. And that's such a gorgeous experience, because when everyone's aligned, they're all looking at the purpose, they're all looking at the mission, and they start innovating. And when you get that momentum going, it is so exciting, because the inventions and the innovation come from typically that front-line person who knows what issues are occurring. And they can come in and brainstorm with you on ways to really smooth out systems or update them so that they work better. And now also I want to tell you, we've got 4 generations in the workforce. And all 4 of them have incredibly different values, incredibly different technical skills, and very different ways of learning based on whether we grew up at dinner tables or we didn't. So this is what I'm seeing as part of I think the challenge, but it's also the joy. Let's bring all 4 generations together and say, let's look at this from the different facets of what we all know. My favorite saying came from Andrew Carnegie, and he said, if 2 minds think alike, one of them isn't necessary. I love that, because the truth is, the beauty of this planet is that every person has a different point of view. So I'll take that, and I'm going to weave that into tonight's little piece that I'm going to share with you, because I just honestly believe that we don't listen enough. We want to have answers, and very often the business leaders are so into controlling that they really lose out on some of the resources that are available to them. Hi, Mark. So great to see you. Hi, Beth. Thank you for joining me. This is great. So here's the 3 mistakes I see very often. And in fact, I had a 2-hour conversation with a client yesterday, and these were the core. So, I'm just thanking them for giving me the material for tonight. And I'll make sure that they get a link to this too. But this is what I share with them. First of all, the business owner is a woman. She's owned her business several years. And she was telling me how, I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to lead by example, and it's just not working. That's a myth. Now, lead by example means, and I'll tell you how it works for adults. Adults are going to find out if you walk your talk. If you're coming in late and you're telling them to be on time, that's not leading by example. But mostly for adults, they're just going to catch you if you don't do it the way you're saying it. As a child, we learn by example because we're short. We're tiny little kids, totally dependent on the tall people. So we are absolutely life and death. We learn from the adults. Now, after 3 years old, we stop learning that way. Literally, we learn by looking at ourselves, and we have 80% of our neural pathways are set by the time we're 3. So we're not really learning the way we did when we were little. As an adult, we really like being right. We have been being right about our point of view all our life. And the truth is, we think we're doing it the right way, the only way, the way it should be, the way it ought to be, which of course is my way. We can't see another way because our brain is programmed to use our filters. So when a business owner thinks they can lead by example, what ends up happening is they get frustrated because no one's watching them. In fact, I don't know any adult right now in my life that has a role model. I don't. I know there are certain attributes we like to work toward, but we're not going, I want to be just like this person. I mean, that is not how adults behave. So here's my recommendation for business leaders. Ask. How do you see it? Ask. What would you do in this situation? Ask. And listen. How can we double our business? How can we create a situation where every customer is giving us, just 5 stars on Yelp? What can we do? And you just ask and then listen and write down their answers. It's not hard, but it's a different role that we'd be playing. Same client. The other thing she's doing, and it's just driving her nuts, is she thinks she's going to be a cheerleader. Well, let me ask you this. Do you know what percentage of our communication is nonverbal? It's really, really high, and a lot of people aren't conscious of it. But according to Stanford University and the research they're doing, 85 to 90% of our nonverbal is our nonverbal communication. So listen to this. If I've got to put my brain into, I'm going to be a cheerleader, I'm going to be a cheerleader, I'm going to make everybody happy. What do you think is happening in terms of the behavior? And also, can you see that the belief is causing everybody to know exactly that it's incongruent, what she's wanting to do and what she's actually feeling? She's feeling frustrated, and she's overcompensating for people who are pushed back and resistant. So this creates a tremendous gap between what we want and how we want to get there. Can you see that? So the truth is, get real, get honest. You can't be a cheerleader. Have you ever attempted to make someone happy that didn't want to be happy? So a long, long time ago when I worked, I had 110 stores in 6 states for general nutrition centers. And I almost killed myself. It was 1980. I had 1,500 employees directly and indirectly reporting to me, and I thought I could make them happy. 85 hours plus a week, and I stopped counting after that. Didn't even feed my cats. I'm not kidding. Had no life. Ended up with kidney stones. I mean, I just almost killed myself. And all of a sudden I realized, truly, what I know doesn't matter. What's really important is what they know. And the opportunity to me, hi Terry, mwah! But the opportunity for me when I figured out what I know doesn't matter is to make sure that I empowered them, that all the information they needed was readily available, and that I gave my resources to them. And we turned that region into something so special that I ended up being promoted to create that for the whole company, which was really wonderful. So here's the thing. Your people, you're on your team, they know what to do. Ask them. Give them the resources. Quit trying to be a cheerleader. It just looks so phony. And also, if there are issues, get out a whiteboard and just say, hey, this is an issue I'm dealing with. What are your thoughts on it? I need to collect from all 4 of our different generations, because they're all going to see things in a different way. You just want to collect a lot of ideas, and then you'll come to consensus, which is really great. I'll talk to you about that in another Facebook Live. So the third biggest problem, and I see this all the time, that really turned people off is when the leaders or the owners are too nice. They're just trying to, again, cajole people, and they just, they won't say anything when someone comes in late. They don't say anything if there's a broken agreement. And the truth is, it doesn't serve them, and it doesn't serve you. Hold people accountable. The accountability that I'm talking about is you have an agreement at the very beginning. I call them ground rules. This is how we work here. And some things we hold sacred. When you break trust, coming in late, you're going to build it back. You do that to the team, not just to the boss, but you do it with everybody on the team. The other thing is, when you have a broken agreement, and if there's continued broken agreements, bring it to their attention and have a consequence. If they break an agreement, what happens to the rest of the team? Most people really do everything they can to pick up the slack. And that's where the 85 hours came in. For me, it was like I was running around doing things because one fire would burn over here and I go over there. And when I was in this location, something else was going on somewhere else. And I wasn't empowering the district managers any way that I could. So here's the thing. Ask your team. How would you do this? What can we do? And the other thing, and have them come up with the consequences. Don't be the bad guy. Or say, hey, look, we all are interdependent. This is a team. We're going toward a desired result. So please, if you're going to be late, so you're going to have a consequence. And some of in retail, I would have them be humorous. Like they have to sing I'm a Little Teapot or something just to the team, just so they knew that they were building trust back by doing an action. And I also say, I'm sorry doesn't even work at all. You need to back it up with an action. So and I'll expand on that later. So if you do these 3 things, really, truly, you ask your people, and I'm going to say, paint the picture. Tell them what the issues are. Let them join you with arms. And honestly, the beautiful thing is they will come up with some wonderful ideas. Write them all down. And I'm going to also say you can learn from them, and you can write them all down word for word. Don't change the words. Truly be there with them and listen, and you're going to get amazing miracles happening. The other thing is they'll come in every day with some new ideas. Hi, Rob. How are you doing up in Buffalo? Is it snowing up there? Oh my gosh. Great seeing you. So the opportunity is that you have the resources to back people up. So that is one of the things, like you can say, okay, let's go with your idea. I'm going to back you up. What can we do for you? And what resources do you need? Do you need a little bit of money? Do you need some time? Do you need a partner to assist you in that project? And see how it goes. And you're going to be percolating ideas all the time. And that momentum is worth millions. And I honestly mean that. You can't even, so the opportunity you have with your team is you just open up the possibilities, open up the potential, open up the innovation. And the statistic that I just think is amazing is that 86% of all inventions are from employees. So what does that say? They know what needs to happen. Woohoo! It's like you don't have to be the soothsayer and be all new and you know everything and be omnipotent. No. Find out from them how they perceive it. And you're going to get them to be quite engaged. Be authentic. If something's not going well, turn it around on that team and just say, hey, what can we do? What can we do to create more energy and enthusiasm? And to me, it really starts at the top. Everything's a reflection of the leaders. So I'm really focused on sharing this because my passion, my mission is to create work environments where people can't wait to go to work every day. This is a movement that I started. And the opportunity that we all have is to create great environments where people are empowered and they are confident. How important is confident? They're proud of where they're working. And then they go and take that sweetness home with them. So there's a fulfillment at work and there's a fulfillment at home. And that's my mission in life, is to bring that all around the world, because there's opportunities in every business to bring these principles alive. And the other thing I just want you to know, if you're interested to see how your leadership skills have developed so far and maybe some opportunities for improvement, I put together, and I'll post it. Just go to leadership skill assessment.com, and it's a 4-minute assessment, and you'll get really great feedback on it. And at the end of the assessment, it's going to invite you to have a conversation with me. So I tell you what, I would love to hear from you, and I would really love to schedule an appointment so we could spend some time. And my clients really think that my time's worth about $1,000. So tell you what, I think that's a pretty big gift. And I really encourage you I'm going to be doing this every Tuesday and Thursday. It's my turn in life to share all of the things that I can think of that will enhance the work environment for other people. And also, if you know business owners or business leaders or managers that are struggling, or people, I don't know, every party I go to, someone's miserable at work. So that's another thing, to share these Facebook Lives with them. I've got several of them on my private page, but I would be happy to make them public. So thank you, Don. Hi, darling. So he just shared my video. Please share this video with people. Wouldn't that be great? Because it's life skills. And that's my little secret sauce. Everything that I share is life skills at work, and then they can take them home. And I've got to tell you, many of my clients teach their children these skills because they don't typically have dinner tables anymore where people sit around and learn these values. So that's what we're bringing forward. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always just fabulous to share, and I'm just wishing you a fantastic week. I'll do about motivating from the inside out on Thursday, so we're going to keep that track going, and on Thursday I'll be inviting you to the webinar that I'll be creating for next week. So I'm just on the roll, and please do the leadership skill assessment. I just can't wait to see your results and to share whatever I can give you and offer to you with you. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you on Thursday.